National background of France. In France country, education is free, belongs to at the age of 2 and mandatory between 6 and 16. The public education system is highly centralized. Private education is primarily Roman Catholic. Private college level institute and business management implementing American system recent year. Employee separation practice. The employee who sign a conversational break with his employee receive under termination intimately, which cannot be less than dismissal. Entity and employee to entitled have been dismissed. The new Spain second law, otherwise known as a law on transparency, the fight against corporation for moderation of economic life, put in place new rules whistleblowing in France. They expecting a Spain second law extraterritorial reach for France close sectors and applicable to corruptions by France companies overseas and foreign companies have a presence in France. The employee should meet with a work council to announce the proposed plan in information. 2 months where number of reduction in less than 100 employees. 3 months between 100 to 250 employees. 4 months above 250 employees. The agreement decision on the PSC should approve the labor administration. Time limit or imposed to approval of a labor administration 15 days where agreement has been reached. 21 days unilateral decision were made. In the absence of any responsible, approval by the labor administration is demanded. Messi. Next, Mr. Antony will continue recruitment policy in France.
Greetings to all. Today I am going to share about recruitment policies in France. France offers a well-developed economy. With a highly skilled population, finding the right talented in France can be quite a challenge. Challenges of finding employees in France. While France has large pool of skilled and local talent, competition for strong, it is often tough. There are number of challenges are there. Number 1 is cultural difference, number 2 is communication, number 3 is experience. A recruitment policy is a standardized framework or rule book that establishes a standard for all your recruitment practices and strategies as a business. The purpose of successful recruitment policy is to ensure consistency, uniformity and compliance, especially as it pertains to labor laws and legalization. In France, there are several types of contracts employee may have. Let's talk about the common ones. Number 1 is contract a tuerie intervenue. Number 1 is contract a tuerie intervenue. Contract a tuerie intervenue provides an employee with a permanent with the company. Number 2 is contract a tuerie determinee. The company provides an employee with a contract for defined period of time. Hiring employees should not to be taken lightly in France and must be taken into account before starting a business. There are around 4.4 million companies in France without employees and not without reason. As many successful small business become less as soon as they start to recruit. Training and development in France. Employees have certain legal obligations and employees have certain rights in respect of continuing vocational training. All employees and job seekers have a personal account entitling them to training. Qualifying employees are entitled to take a leave to pursue training aimed at improving their qualification or challenging career. Qualifying employees are entitled every 2 years to a career development interview with their employees. Qualifying worker and unemployed people who have worked or performed voluntary work may apply for a qualification. There are various rules regarding apprenticeship and professionalization contract. Merci. Next, Mr. Mohamed Ufaik will continue the employee guidance and policies.
I share about the employee guidance and policies. In France, law confirmation the extent of rights to information, guidance and the professional qualification aiming to enable each person to acquire and update knowledge and skills favoring their professional development. And in France, the guarantee for youth policy is therefore a part of the dynamic of the European youth guarantee dedicated by the European Commission, which aims to the repeatedly purpose solution to young people coming out of the education system. The guarantee of youth aims to support the young needs in the vocabulary situation by enabling them to gain the professional experience over a 12-month period through the training support measures and financial announcement, supporting and counseling, which are the core of the scheme. Next, EHB insurance, essential health benefits insurance. As in many European countries, healthcare in France is an insurance-based system. It is compulsory for the French residents to register for the health insurance. Foreign residents can access French health insurance through the kumar system once they have been living in the country for 3 months. Those earning below a certain threshold can apply for the complementary coverage called CMUC. HRM General Policies, Employee Wages Act. In France, acts passed by the government cover the employee wages. The most prominent among being the Minimum Wages Act 1948. This act set the particular wages as the minimum wages for skilled as well as unskilled workers. The act mandates that the employees earn the basic salary to meet their living expenses. The Payment of Wages Act 1936 states that an employee should receive their rightful month salary payment on the agreement upon date without any unwanted dedication. The country minimum wages of 1,30,000. Merci. Mr. Shanmugavel will continue.
Greetings to all. Now we share about the France compensation law. As an employer in France, you will handle both France compensation law and benefits management. Since France provides the second largest level of benefits in the world, France current minimum wages is 1,554.60 euros per month. Although CBA could affect this amount. CBA means collaborative bargaining agreement. This will be affected every year of financial year and wages. The typical work week is 35 hours. An employee cannot work more than average 44 hours per week for 12 consecutive weeks. Next, guarantee benefits in France. Employees in France receive variety of guarantee benefits including health care, mostly financed by the government. French government refunded 70% of patients' health care cost and 100% of costly of long-term issues. Health insurance premium is automatically deducted from their employee payment check. One additional benefits employees sometimes offer a reimbursement for employees who use public transportation for their daily commute and visit client. Their employees often get 50% of reimbursement for a second-class transport car. Basic principle of risk prevention. Avoid risk, assess of evaluate risk, remove risk from their source, adapt work to man, update work techniques and according with their new technologies. Since 2005, every company of more than 50 employees must have at least 6% of handicapped people. If after an accident at work, an employee becomes disabled, the company has to provide station of evaluate and rate, same grade and same pay. No discrimination should be shown on positive or negative when required. Special agreement must be made to facilitate their daily work, toilets, heights and desk lights, switch, ramp handle, general office equipments. All employees in company, more than 50% people should be trained to use extinguishers. For small companies, at least 4 people should be trained to use extinguisher. Any room that can be hold less than 18 people should have at least one fire escape over 19 to and door.
Next section will be continued by Mr. Sridhar, policy and restrictions.
Now I share about policies on tax restrictions. Tax reduction in your friends that could reduce your income tax bill donations. Grants to a charitable organization, the cost of an employee helping the home, the purchase of shares in a small and a medium enterprises. Subscription to a mutual fund schemes for the innovation, funds accompanied placement tax innovation. FCPA, tax policies. How much tax do you pay on your salaries in your France? Rates are progressive from 0% to 45% plus a subtax of 3% on the portion of income that exceeds 250,000 euros for a single person and euros 5 lakh for a married couple and of 4% for the income that exceeds euro 5 lakhs for a single person and euro 1 million for a married couple. Tax reduction in your friends that could reduce your income tax bill donations and grants to a charitable organization. The cost of employing in the home, the purchase of the shares in small and medium enterprises, subscription to a mutual fund units for innovation, funds, common placement, tax innovation. And let's say FCPA. Employee benefits related policies. The benefits France offers in employees are funded by a combination of the employees. Employees and the French government in the section D will go over a mandate benefits as well as some additional benefits that you can expect to influence the term of employment when hiring a talent friends. First one is workers of your overtime. While your friends in your no on your government mandate 35 hours work from free week, other agreement exceeds, as in often the case are in your friends, it's the work in your negotiation should be a very here it should be a plan for in the work hours and your overtime in the hiring workers in your friends. Next one is a sick leave. While there are no planning for your illness, you get it on your idea what your employees are entitled to that they could sick. Vacation and holidays. You will want to make sure you know when any of your team likely to away the national holidays as well as how much paid vacation they are entitled to. Adoption leave. Similar to a mandatory and a mandatory leave, an employee in a friends in a entitled to a time off in adopting. Paternity leave. In French, fathers are entitled to time off in a preparation of the newborn as well. Mandatory leave. Mandatory leave is a French in a compensation being with a movement and a mother found to be pregnant by the doctor, the mother after the child in a birth. The following is a breaking of the benefits, time, money and health care. Next one is a health insurance. The health insurance system in the France covers universal compensation. That's a MCMUC. Provides universal health insurance coverage for its residents. Individuals also have the option to a supplement coverage with a public and a private care options. Universal health care in a French in a prevalently found by the French government, but employees and the employees make a contribute as well as visa processing. A very important part of the application process for your friends visa is collecting the required documents. The required documents are the core of your application based on these documents. And this visa interview the French authorities will decide whether you should get a visa friends or not. The requirement documents that you need to have with your when you apply for your French visa are as the follows. First one is a completed French visa application form. Make sure you completed the right form since there are two types of French visa application form. One for your short phase, the other for your long phase. Two recently taken photos. You should submit 2 photos alongside with the other documents. They must to be older than 3 months and taken according to the citizen visa photo requirements. Your visa valid passport. Before you applied check your passport for its validity and the date of insurance. It must have been used within the last 10 years and valid for a minimum of 3 months after the end of your placement stay in your France. The passport must have at least 2 blank pages in order to be able to put the visa stickers on it. Proof of finance means the French authorities want to know how you will be financing yourself while in your friends. That year, why should you submit the following documents that apply to various situations as a part of your requirement? Recent bank statements, employment contracting, state your salary if you will be working in your friends, income from your rented property, and your retirement benefit plans. Merci. Mr. Satish Kumar will conclude.
Exit policy termination. Exit policy means the policies regarding the retrenchment of the surplus labor force from the restricting of industrial unit and workers displayed by the closure of the sick unit. Exit may become necessary due to the strategic reason, financial conditions and environmental changes. Dismissal in a layoff. The employee referred could have resigned, could have been fired or could have been laid off. He could have resigned voluntarily with or without notice, or he would have been resigned involuntarily as a substitute for being fired. Each scenario involves legal obligation that you as the employer must comply with before the employment separation take place, at the time of the employment separation, and after the employee takes place. Trade union. Trade union, often simply referred to as a union, is an organization of workers intent of the mandating or improving the conditions of the employment, such as attending better wages and benefits, improving the working conditions and safety standards, establishing compliance procedures, developing the rules governing the status of the employees, and protecting the integrity of the trade through the increased bargaining power by the solidarity among the workers. Merci.